Hello, welcome to Luft channel for our lesson 3 in Python programming for beginners. Today we will see the while case. So imagine that we move on to this program and we want to make it look more completed. After checking the grade, whether the student has passed or not, we need to add something very important. You see, when somebody runs a program, we need to predict everything that he might give as a value, as an input. So maybe somebody types a grade that is lower than 0, which is something that makes no sense. Or somebody, let's say that number 10 is the maximum grade the student can get. That's why we used 9 and 10 for excellent. So again, a value greater than 10 for the variable grade is too high, so it is not eligible, it is not something that makes sense. That's why after reading the value for the grade, we will use a while case and we will type while grade is lower than 0, then again assign an input for the variable grade, and I will just change the text. I will type invalid grade value, please try again. So now what while is going to do is it will keep on asking for the user to ask the user for typing a value for the grade which is reasonable. If it doesn't, if it's for example negative, then it will ask for the grade again and again and again until the user provides a value for the grade that makes sense. And to make this even better, we will type or grade greater than 10. So this is better now because again, a value over than 10 doesn't make sense, considering the number 10 is the highest value for a variable grade. So now let's run the program. Please type a grade from the student. So let's say that I type -6. Invalid grade value, please try again. And again and again until I provide a value that is correct. For example, 8. So now it moves on to the if cases, and 8 refers to very good. So that's pretty correct. Okay, so this is there is another way to check for the validation of a value, but it's a more strict way, which says that if you provide a value that is invalid, then the whole program ends. So you do not have another chance to give the value correctly. So in that case, instead of using while, I'll put while inside a comment. I will use if again. So at the beginning of the program, after reading the value for the grade variable, I will type if grade is lower than 0 or grade is greater than 10, then print invalid grade, program will be terminated. So in order to make Python understand that after that the program will end, I will type exit parenthesis parenthesis. So now if I type something that it is not reasonable, that doesn't make sense for the program, for example -4, then invalid grade, program will be terminated, and this is the end of the program. Sometimes, depending on the compiler, this command, this exit command, might not work. And you might see an error while interpreting your program. So if that occurs, then please use an import command. We will use generally import for importing new libraries to our program apart from the basic one, but we will see that in the following lessons. So now just type import sys, which comes from system, and then try to type exit as a method of the system library. So in that case it will definitely work. For example, grade 15, invalid grade, program will be terminated. We get the result correctly. So you can both use if or while when you want to validate a value of a variable, depending on how flexible you want to be or how strict to the user. But the use of while is not only the one we've seen previously. You can alternatively use a while case for loops, but in cases where the total amount of loops is not already known, I mean from the beginning. So this is what we're going to see in lesson 4. We will use while cases not for value validation, but for loop functions. So see you on lesson 4 for that. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.